There's a moment in life that no one prepares you for. It doesn't happen suddenly. It creeps in slowly, almost silently. It's the day you wake up and realize life isn't waiting for you anymore. For years, you believed that everything would eventually make sense, that the pain, the confusion, the uncertainty would somehow lead you to something better. But one morning, you open your eyes and understand a truth that hits deeper than anything else. Time has moved on, whether you were ready or not. You start to notice that people you once cared about have drifted away. Dreams you once swore you'd chase have faded into the background. And the version of you who believed everything was still possible, that person quietly disappeared without even saying goodbye. This is the harsh truth no one tells you when you re-young. Life doesn't just stop just because you re-lost. It doesn't pause for you to figure things out. It keeps moving, and if you don't move with it, it will leave you behind. You'll learn this too late. The idea that someday, somehow, things will just fall into place is an illusion. Waiting for the right moment is the same as throwing your moments away. You think you're being patient, but really, you're postponing your own life. There's another truth that stings just as much. Not everyone you love will stay. Some people are only meant to walk with you for a chapter, not a lifetime. And that's okay, but you wanted to understand it until you spent nights wondering what you did wrong. You'll replay old conversations, search for hidden meanings, and blame yourself for endings that were never yours to control. And then, one day, it hits you. Some goodbyes were necessary for you to grow. Some hearts were never meant to stay close, no matter how much you loved them. We live believing that love will save us, that if we care enough, give enough, sacrifice enough, people will see our worth. But here's the truth you all learned too late. No matter how much light you give someone, they'll only see it if they want to. You can't force people to understand your heart. You can't make them value what they take for granted. You'll also realize that chasing validation was your biggest mistake. For too long, you shaped yourself to fit other people's expectations. You said yes when you wanted to say no. You smiled when your soul was breaking, and you stayed silent because you didn't want to lose anyone, even when losing yourself was the cost. But eventually, life teaches you the hard way. You'll reach a breaking point where pleasing others hurts more than disappointing them. And that's when you finally choose peace over approval. That's when your silence stops being weakness and becomes wisdom. Another harsh truth: most people don't think about you as much as you think they do. You spend hours overanalyzing what you said, wondering how you looked, replaying moments in your head. But everyone else is too busy doing the same thing. You're not being watched or judged nearly as much as your mind tells you. Freedom begins the moment you stop performing for people who aren't even paying attention. And then comes the lesson that changes everything. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your partner, not your friends. You are responsible for your own healing, your own growth, your own peace. It's not a lonely realization. It's an empowering one. Because once you understand that your life is in your hands, no one can take that power away again. You'll also learn that someday doesn't exist. There's only today, the choices you make now, the steps you take now, the love you give now. Procrastination is just fear dressed up as patience. You'll waste years waiting for confidence, clarity, or courage to appear. But they only show up after you start, not before. You will look back and wish you had started sooner, but then you will realize it is never really too late to start being real. It is never too late to stop apologizing for who you are and start building who you want to be. There is something else no one talks about. Success won, to make you happy if you are not at peace inside. You can reach every milestone, earn every title, and still feel empty if your soul hasn't found rest. Because the truth is, happiness doesn't come from getting more. It comes from needing less. Less comparison, less noise, less pretending. You'll stop chasing better and start craving peace. You'll stop counting followers and start valuing presence. You'll stop trying to be understood and start being okay with being misunderstood. Because at the end of the day, your peace is more important than being right, liked, or perfect. Eventually, you'll also understand that growth is not always loud or glamorous. Sometimes growth looks like walking away quietly, like forgiving someone who never apologized, like staying calm when everything in you wants to scream. It's learning to be okay with not getting closure, because peace is the closure you give yourself. You'll learn that not everyone deserves an explanation, not every battle deserves a response, and not every wound needs to stay open. Maturity isn't about becoming cold, it's about becoming calm. And one day, you'll wake up and realize the things that once broke you now teach you. The moments that felt like endings were really beginnings in disguise. You'll smile, not because everything is perfect, but because you've made peace with what isn't. That is the harsh truth, the one you all learn too late if you keep waiting for life to make sense before you live it. Stop waiting, stop fixing, stop apologizing, live, learn, let go. Because everything you're looking for outside, peace, purpose, meaning, has been quietly waiting inside you this whole time. And once you realize that, everything changes. Thank you for listening. If this resonated with you, please consider sharing it and subscribing for more content. Take care.